Welcome everyone. You did not miss a thing. We wanted you to get right in on the action. We got Chris and Oliver in the house. Let's see what they got going on. Joey's gonna make an appearance as well. Jake's hanging out with the mayor. There's Joey.
Hello?
Oliver is full of hot air, as is everyone today. It is a warm day here in Michigan. We are rolling back in the action. What you making?
I'm making a chalice, you guys. 1 second, Oliver, not yet. All right, Oliver, go ahead and blow lightly. A little harder, go on. Good. Okay, blow. Good. All right.
Some of you may be new to the show. We'd like to hear where you're from, so if you have a minute, type it in the chat.
Oh, I already got red and Irish, so why don't you make it a iris, yeah.
Tell us where you are from. Outer space, Mars, Venus. Joey's requesting the fan over there to go on to 3 or turn it off.
It's a little noisy.
It is noisy.
All right, I'm ready if you are.
Just get it warm for you.
So we're putting a stem on this thing now, guys. I got the top of the cup of the chalice. Joey gathered me up the stem.
Shout out to Heather. Heather couldn't make it to join us this evening. She had some kind of bad food incident, so she's chilling.
Nothing good about bad food stuff.
I know.
Anybody had any good food lately?
We had some good food for dinner.
Yeah, we did. Love me some tacos.
Yeah, what'd you guys have for dinner? Put it in the chat.
Good. All right, how about that elfin leaf foot? So we got some Renaissance action going on out here today, guys.
I asked Chris to make a piece under 10 minutes, and he said, okay, this is not going to be...
I'm on 2 minutes right now, so I'm doing pretty good, you guys.
Good in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We're betting on 7.
Right, Carol had chili with rice and steak, which actually sounds really good. Carrie had salmon and roasted asparagus. Considering asparagus is in season, absolutely delicious.
Oh, you're dropping that on the marble, right?
Nice. I was gonna put one more.
No, you're just
Ox
this is
84
just
says
a
hello,
foot,
Beth.
Okay, yeah.
So you're dropping like
Do you know
a
who
hot
this
patty
is?
on the marble.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So you're just getting the color pattern in it, you're saying?
Iris optic foot. Get that attached. That does it.
I think it will.
Trying to match it up nicely. The socks matches the shirt here today, so we're doing good. To be honest, folks, I'm not sure how Chris is wearing those leg liners. That's heavy duty in this heat. It's not that warm yet, but we're definitely getting there. Me and Oliver, we're making pumpkins today. How did those
We had
turn
a
out, Oliver?
good batch of pumpkins today, man.
Yeah, to straighten this up, I gotta let it get hard. Cool it off a little bit. No paddle needed, but I just gotta wait on the punny a minute.
Oh, that's a
Very
good little
Renaissance
trick there,
style.
Yeah.
How many of you folks have been up to the Renaissance Festival and seen us make one of these live? I know I've participated in several years of assisting for it. Always a fun time out at the festival.
So I'm cooling off the whole bottom of the piece so I can keep the top nice and hot so it doesn't crack, guys. So I'm equalizing the heat here. I got the elfin leaf foot. This is a really cool Renaissance style chalice that we've been making out at the Renaissance in Holly, Michigan for a long time.
So what makes something a Renaissance style for you, Chris?
Well, when you sell thousands of them out at the Renaissance Festival, they become Renaissance.
Elves were in Renaissance times.
How's that
Oliver.
one?
Come on now.
Elfin leaf
Elves
chalice.
and dragons and knights and horses.
The name,
Okay.
we definitely name our products with a Renaissance style. And there's a lot of people dressed up as kings and queens of days of old, walking around in their giant outfits. They've got these beautiful chalices, all iridescent red and gold. We make them matching their outfits. It's pretty sweet.
Some of those outfits, like the pants, where they can hold anything.
I know.
Just
parachute.
$20,000 on an outfit.
Dang.
Yeah.
I ran into a guy last year at the Renaissance Festival where he was like, I just spent $5,000 on like a bunch of pieces for my outfit.
Yeah. Some serious. You want to bring me a lip wrap on this, Joey?
I think. Okay.
So I'm thinking this is probably going to be some type of a red wine chalice, but it could be a mead. Mead is really big out at the Renaissance Festival.
Dragon's mead.
I think we're pulling up on about 7 or 8 minutes, which is perfect.
Does anybody got there?
6:07. Oh,
We are right there.
Here's the reality.
Sorry.
Chris likes a challenge. How fast can he do it?
Well, we did start like 6 or 7 minutes before the camera went live, so we were ready.
This is
So
true.
that
we-
means that we timed this perfectly.
we start-
Joey,
We started right at
Oliver.
6. What are you talking about? Pretty sure the gather was at 59 in like 45 seconds.
give me 1 second.
All right, everyone, here's how it's going to roll out. We got you in the glass blowing. Next up is our intro video. Then the challenge, the spin the wheel challenge. Tonight's team participants are Oliver in the red hair, Joey in the short hair, and Chris wearing the hat.
What
That's
hair?
right.
Glass Academy fan favorites, here we go.
If that was red, Joey, I'm going to put a red rosetta on this too.
Okay.
A Rosetta.
Yeah, and a rosetta is a beautiful decorative accent that means little roses.
Okay.
And it's
So-
a decorative accent you put on a lot of stemware and other really cool things. Really light, Oliver. On. Okay, off. Deep flash, and we'll go for that rosetta. And then we'll put a stamper on her as well, too.
I'm going to put a spot iris on one side of this.
Nope. Unless you did on the other one, but it doesn't matter. We're going to do it this way. It's good.
Oh, very fancy.
Everybody likes flowers.
That's my stamping stamp?
Chip. Red. Okay.
Sure, as long as you can read the GA through it.
Should be able to. I think a blind person might be able to. It is embossed.
All right, we're putting the GA stamp on there now, guys.
All right, what do you guys think? The first chalice of the night. What? So beautiful.
So fit.
With a fist.
Fasticus. All right, I'm going to show you guys this before we pull out the beautiful, precious gold in the surface here that makes it so Renaissance and royal.
Royale with cheese.
So now we're going to get that reduction. But remember now, this has got red and gold, guys. Royalty. Oh yeah, look at that now.
This thing is blinging.
That is one beautiful warmer-upper. I'm feeling warm. Joey, you feeling warm?
Warmed me up earlier. I'm feeling warm though. No hot beverages out of this one though, folks.
Yeah, this is looking good. So we're gonna get this puppy into the annealer. Woo!
Knocking things over.
Taglia.
One spot. A little more.
Run the clip.
Okay.
Is put this away. We're gonna do our intro.
All right, there it goes, guys. That was one beautiful elfin leaf Renaissance style piece. Hit it.
Oh, put the check down. All right, we are back. We will show that little piece of mystery
What's
later.
happening, everybody? Chris Nordine here with Oliver and Joey and Michelle and Bess. We got a nice crew of 5 here tonight. Jacob's got the night off. He's going to do a special event with the mayor of Dearborn. Maybe doing his, what would you call that, networking action. But this is show number 216. We are at the Gathering Point Glass Academy, just about 15 minutes outside of Detroit City in Dearborn. And we've been doing this show for 216 shows. It was born in the pandemic, and we are still going, and we love it. And we love you folks. We've got the amazing Wheel of Shenanigans, which we've written up a lot of different challenges that we spin every night. And then we also have our list of things that we're doing tonight. And there's a few different housekeeping things, but our theme tonight is the Renaissance Festival. We've been doing the Renaissance for about 25 years, guys. And it is an amazing thing, and we have a whole line of Renaissance style products, from bosom chillers, which are an item that you put ice in and you put in between your bosoms and it keeps you nice and cool on those hot days, to drinking chalices, beer mugs, royal daggers and swords, all kinds of cool stuff. Another shout out to Mission 22, which was the nonprofit that we supported and gave a lot of money to, and we're going to have a big announcement to that. This is the top secret information right here of all the good we did working with that company, that nonprofit. We're going to start out now, after we just did our warmer-upper piece, with the Wheel of Shenanigans, and then after that, we're going to talk to you guys about the Garden Snake launch, and then we've got Artist Choice, which is great. So tonight, we get to make anything we want that's in the theme of Renaissance, and we are chomping at the bit to do it. And every piece we make, including that one that I just made that you saw being made, number 1, the brilliant gold and red elfin leaf chalice, royal chalice, will be for sale very soon on the show tonight, that you'll be able to get that. But let's do the wheel first. Now, I'm not sure, but let's just ask, give a spin around and show these guys over here, Bess, would you? There's Joey, and now Oliver's over there. Hi, there he is. Do you guys have a favorite theme in the Wheel of Shenanigans that you like, that
Longest
you're
of
hoping
Olio.
for? Longest of Olio?
Longest
say
drop
the
has
longest drop.
longest drop has a special place in my heart.
Because he's the tallest.
Got a little
guess.
advantage on that one.
All right, well, for me, what do I think? I'd like to do something a little bit different, but I am always a superhero towards basketball. But we're just gonna let it fly, guys. Here it goes.
Give it a rip. What's it gonna be?
I'm out.
Oh, my favorite game. Ready? Oh!
Partners basketball. All right. I love it. I love it when partners basketball comes up, everybody.
So how does that work?
That means we've got,
Oliver and I versus...
Chris!
hey, you were doing pretty good last time with Jake.
All right, I'll deflect.
I'm happy to have her as a
Did you
partner.
do this on purpose?
I don't.
I think Chris
I don't
planned
even
this.
know if Joey knows what went down last time. He wasn't even here.
I was watching.
If you were, did you see what happened?
Mastering the paddle work.
Yeah.
It's good.
All right, get the. Oh, look what.
Told you, man. He's learning.
That's right. Joey goes and gets a garbage can for the basket.
You know.
Yeah, that was all a bunch of BS.
No.
Remember that, guys? When my foot was only like a hair over the line.
Line.
Do you
Well,
want to hear that?
I'm
at
gonna
the
be way
Olympics?
back.
At the Olympics, would they say, "Oh, it's just a hair"? It was
Make
just
the line a little
1/10 of a
closer this
second.
time, Joey. Right here.
Tell you what. Here's your safe and hazard zone, so you know. Red
like that.
line. Red line is over the line. You have some tolerance now.
All right. Yep. Oliver's making the rings. The ring points.
I need the board to deflect the ring.
The deflected
Hey.
paddle. Here it is.
You know what, Bess? While you're there, why don't you focus on me while they set up, and I'll go over the table a little while you set up.
All right. Go on over the table.
Oh, all right. Bess is here. Hi. This is Jake's sword. We'll be making a sword tonight, not like this, but like this. Tonight's giveaway, you don't get the little pot, but I'm just showing you ways that you could display it. Very beautiful. We picked black because people associate snakes. I like the darkness of them, but here's the table. We have a new guy working with us. His name is Chris. His last name is P. So sometimes he's called Crispy. So we have 3 other Chris's here.
Is he crispy?
You were setting up.
I'm all done. I'm all done.
Do you want to talk about the table?
No.
Okay, back off.
Go ahead.
Bosom chillers, much needed today. If you put ice in here, you can slide in your bosom. That ice right against your chest is nice and cool, makes it amazing. We have, of the bosom chillers, we will do extras. Can you not move my cart?
Can you just keep talking? Jeez.
We will make extras of these. So 11, 12 is a nice greenie, and purple. So these are all colored purple swirls. Now what I will say about these that's super cool, put the ice in here, Renaissance, you could use it. You could use it in your house when you're gardening, all that jazz. But when you're done, you can put it on the windowsill and throw your rings over it by the kitchen sink when you're doing dishes or whatever you do in the kitchen sink. So these are upside down, but should they go in a bosom? Oh, look at how beautiful. And then we'll talk about the mugs. We've got drinking horns. We will zoom in on all of those. We've got one delicious Van Gogh pumpkin on the table because the Renaissance here in Michigan happens in the fall. It's got some adventurine sparkles in there. It sits a little sideways like it would in the pumpkin patch. And that's just beautiful. Okay.
All right, now
They
I
are
think
ready
it
now.
might be time for basketball.
And Bess is gonna jump camera and get us loaded.
All right, here we are. I was doing a few practice warm-ups, you guys. I just want you to see this up close. Watch. You see that speed and skill and agility? That's fast.
First, or are they
All right,
going
partner,
first?
are you ready?
Are we going first?
Yes, we are. You remember what you were doing, and you were keeping it real down close, weren't you?
Do you want to tell me what to do, or
We're
you want
partners,
to?
aren't we? Aren't we supposed to talk about this together? It might not work. I think the mother-son thing might work better than husband-wife.
It'll
Because
work.
she listens to her son.
You are lawfully committed to this partnership. You
better. See this through.
Whoa!
All
Let's
right.
go.
And I can say it's not my fault that she has open toe shoes on.
Oh, she's gonna hacky sack it in. Come on, Michelle. She's been practicing.
I could do it.
We believe in you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Woo! Everybody sees my foot not over the line.
Yay!
The hotter it is, I think, is better because it has less of a chance of rolling because it flattens.
Woo!
Hot potato.
I'm trying. Maybe that's what I gotta do.
They're getting quite a few points though. This is good. This is good. So another one.
Yes!
There you go.
All right,
I think we can
Oliver,
see
we got some tough competition.
A lot of
what we
points
need
on
to
the board.
practice during lunch hours. Yay!
Last
Watch
one.
your foot.
It's not over. Oh!
Hey, all the money.
All right.
Good job, y'all.
Who's
Gonna
that?
add 'em
What do we
up.
got
Kinda
here?
stressful.
That's 20 points in the bucket.
Nice.
We got 23.
Nice job.
27, 28, 29. We count on the lines.
Nah.
29 points then.
29, all right. Oh.
Out of my way. About to show you how it's done. Master glass blower. Oh, you gave away our secret.
Oh, what? He had a new paddle?
I don't.
Fell out of his pocket. I'm kind of disappointed that Oliver didn't wear his Renaissance pants.
Oh man, you
I
can use those to
I
catch them.
thought
with the
about going
edge.
home to get them.
I'll get a broom. Hold on.
Well,
Hi.
2. Hey. On next week's show, we'll be offering glass jelly beans.
All right. You got the scoreboard is ready, Oliver. Here you go.
Oh boy, okay.
Listo?
29 is the number to beat. You sure you don't want to use this paddle, Oliver?
I feel really good about this one here. It'd be wrong to use a paddle different than what you guys use.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Oh, Joey's got a huge amount of glass.
Let's see if we can use it though.
Oh, he's almost over, folks. Oh, off the rim.
Oh, come on, backboard. I'll try and get him closer.
As points.
Like how to use the wood.
Ooh,
You gotta
come on,
use
don't
it
get
just like a
cold.
It's
backdrop.
looking good, folks. He's looking good. He got one there. Oh, he got another one. Whoa.
Come on, Joey, we need a win.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Going for the win.
Hey! Oh, sorry, Oliver. Hey, you should have hacky sacked it in.
Whoa,
was
so
good.
close.
As long as we can get a
Joey
few
and I have
points.
been practicing our hacky sack a lot.
Oh, that was what was that called? A natural.
Swish. Ah, one more. Come on.
He's working it, folks.
3, 2. Ah. Ah, it's cold.
Oh,
Man, all right.
Well, that was a gallant effort, everybody. Let's add them up.
Let's see what we got.
that is, you don't have to double check me, like 35 points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't double check that.
Well, let's see.
10,
We got 35. I'll be impressed.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19 points, guys.
Where'd you get 35 from?
That was, I just
He was
looked
trying to, like,
I
you know.
like inflation lately. This is going good for us all. Let's keep up with that.
Well, that was another successful Glassgetball Partners tournament.
Good job, Michelle and Chris. You guys did great.
I'll get it from Michelle. You won't even see your hand come in the camera. Oh, thanks, Michelle.
Nice work.
Perfect. All right, so first things first, what do you think you're going to make some drinkware?
Yeah, I've got an idea.
All right, sounds good. I got to get Michelle the information on that first sweet chalice we did, so go ahead and draw your guy up. You want some quenching water? Yep. So I think, tell them what you're doing, Joey.
With a favorite technique of mine, as well as a style that Chris is pretty well known for, called the El Bumpe Crackler. Another Renfest special that we make quite a bit when we're out there. Definitely a fun design. And I think rather than a regular tapered foot like I do, I think I'm gonna do the rigid one so that we've got a nice texture on the bottom, maybe a little bit smoother handle. My apologies, folks.
I like it. Is that that specialty Renaissance style foot we do?
Yeah.
And that's your crackle pattern? I like it.
As best I can draw it, yeah.
That's looking pretty good, Joey.
Cool, man.
All right.
I've got an idea on the color pattern. We'll have to see. I think.
Very nice. All right, so we got the thing up there.
Got
What happens? Well, it's gonna sizzle and pop, and then it's gonna crackle. No, so what's gonna happen is that this glass is gonna like super cool down way faster than what it's like used to. And at like fracture lines along the glass, there's super scientific stuff going on there. They break apart, fracture, and then we get it into heat right away, and it kind of melts back together, but we still get the look of fractured glass.
All really good with your hand motions.
Yeah, I'm a big hand talker over here. That's.
He hit me up this morning and he said, Joey, we got a match today. Make sure to wear your gray shirt.
Oh yeah, we were in the gray shirt team.
Gray shirt team. Wearing my khakis today. Stylish.
Most people don't know this, but Joey and I coordinate our work attire every day. Every day.
That's like.
like two teenagers. Hey, which outfit are you wearing today? Cool, meet you on the way in.
Yeah. It's so that when Jake and Matt are here, they're always wondering, like, dang, how do these guys always match outfits?
Yeah.
How do we get that cool? It's a core color.
That's the cool thing about the core color, guys, is that the core color is when you crackle it is what separates and allows you to see through. So you got that, and then you're going to have another color over it, right?
Yep.
What color is that going to be?
I was thinking black with some iris, so we can get some nice dark tones. Unless you got another idea, you want to pull out a blue possibly?
I think the black with the white underneath it would be pretty sweet looking.
Kind of.
And then do the iris accents, handles, foot, lip wrap, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Very Renaissance-y.
So 2 layers. He's going to encase the opal white. He's going to, or it's enamel white. He's going to encase the enamel white. He gathered up some crystal, coated the white on it. He's going to let that cool off, and he's going to gather up more crystal, which will encase the white in between 2 layers. And then he's going to add the black on, and it'll become completely black until he starts crackling it and blowing it out and expanding the cracks in the surface of the vessel itself, which is going to be pretty sweet. It's a great technique, very Renaissance style. We've done a lot of chalices, mugs, dragon eggs, all kinds of really cool things out at the festival that have this particular type of color pattern, guys. Hey, and by the way, everybody, the table is live. All that Renaissance stuff on the table is live on the website right now. I didn't mention that before, but every week we do our show number 216 we're in right now. We start at 6 o'clock. At 6:30, the feature table goes live, and we've always got a theme. And this week's theme is the Renaissance Festival. If any of you have ever been out to a Renaissance Festival in Holly, Michigan, which is a great one, let us know in the chat. Let us know that you've been out to the Michigan Renaissance Festival, but there's the Ohio Renaissance, the Texas Renaissance, the Baltimore Renaissance, the Tampa Renaissance. There's quite a few different Renaissance festivals in Florida. But let us know which Renaissance festivals you visited. And anyway, I think that's the question tonight to win the giveaway.
Fair. Have you guys visited any fairs?
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
And Renaissance Fair is under the category of a fair, but it could be an art fair, could be a Renaissance fair, could be a
chicken
what other
fair.
kind of fair?
A county fair?
A livestock fair.
Manchester has a chicken royal festival or fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
That
there you
sounds
go.
cool.
Oh, this is looking good so far. He's got a nice shape. He's getting ready to get it hot, and he's going to give it the old quencharoo. That's what we call it here.
So, Chris, talking about Ren Fair, you do a lot of custom orders out at Ren Fair, right?
Oh yeah.
Is there any that you specifically remember, like, oh, that was a really cool custom order, like that was super fun to do?
There's
over
a whole
the past
bunch of
25
them.
years?
Well, I remember doing a nest, a big old crazy nest with a dragon sitting on the end of it, laying a dragon egg inside of it.
Man.
That's right, pretty crazy. That's the thing about the Renaissance. We're not just out there doing, having a 10 by 10 booth selling stuff, guys. We've got a whole 2-story building. We've got an amphitheater with a demonstration with a full glass blowing studio out there, and we get crazy out at the Michigan Renaissance Festival.
It's like the Red Rocks of glass blowing. That's what it's like.
The Red Rocks of Oakland Township.
You're going
What?
for the double dunker?
Triple,
That's a
quadruple.
triple dunk?
Yeah.
Got
why
me thinking
people
about
don't eat
Ren
chips
Fair,
with me,
I lost
man.
count.
It's only going to be a couple weeks, you guys, and we're going to be dunking our heads. You know, so we're going to have to put the head dunk on the wheel of shenanigans and possibly have to put it on, like, somehow we got to incorporate the green and the white with the spin. That's looking pretty good. In your Renaissance theme, larger than life size, folks. Looking great, though.
My hand is sweaty.
Your hand is sweating?
Sweaty.
Yeah, sometimes when Joey gets hot, his knuckles just squirt sweat right out of his knuckles. So he can actually flex his hand at you and squirt sweat at you.
That's
Really strange.
I think we got all the
All right,
volume
we're
we need.
going for an iridescent magic foot, right?
Magical foot. Mr. D style. Somebody please tell me they catch that reference. Mr. Deeds, the Blackfoot. No.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
hard one.
Yeah.
That's a very specific reference with the Fanta and the drink fountain. Yeah. Okay.
I remember now.
It's all coming back to me.
That's a throwback, buddy.
For a while. It's finally coming back to him.
A lot of people get diagnosed with that, I hear.
Adam Sandler will do that. All right. This is a pretty hefty mug, I must say.
Who's keeping their eye on the comments? Anybody out there in tech support looking at comments, answering, letting us know what questions need to be answered? Oh,
Hey, everybody. Kathleen.
We have
Amelia.
a Bristol Renfest. Kathleen, Dana Smith said Renfest is here in GA, which I'm assuming is Georgia, unless we turn around and in the Glass Academy there's like a Renaissance. Like, Chris wants to apologize. He said he should wear his Renfest clothes, and I agree. Becky says she got her first mug and addiction to our shop from a Renaissance show. Carol has been to the Holly Renaissance Festival. And what else?
Center. Make it work.
Joey is the Crackle Wizard. I think there's your outfit there, Joey. You need a witch's or a warlock
I'll
hat
get a wizard outfit.
in the crackle style. All right, I am getting that red leaf chalice on the website in just a moment. I want to let you see.
Drag it,
Doing some paddling work on the foot there, guys. Very nice. I saw Joey go in with some shears on that to add a little bit of nice texture to the base of it.
Oh yeah. We got a punchy over here, Chris, if you want it.
Hope I don't.
Alright, do some adjusting to this. Oh yeah. Super feathery.
That's a nice looking pedestal foot there. Just indented, 'cause it's not indented.
Flatten and concavity. Hope none of you guys have cavities. Cavities are bad. So brush and floss your teeth, guys.
Just a mid-show hygiene from Joey.
Yep. Conjunction, junction, watch your function. Who's for us?
I got some good news.
Tell me something, Chris. I like good news.
I got to do something that I love to do today. I spent 2.5 hours on the telephone with my accountant.
Ugh.
And my head still hurts from it. Because
That doesn't sound like a good time.
we were talking the same language, but it was coming out of her mouth completely different than it was going in my ears. It's just
that
tough,
happens
man.
a lot.
They just talk about stuff in a completely different way. It's like there's terms for things when you're talking to an accountant, where for me, it's just, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Just talk to her like your glass plug.
All right, that's looking nice looking foot there. Got a nice punny. Just like a lathe, guys, we stick it on right on center. Joey's gonna puff it a little bit.
Make sure it's all the perfect temperature before he knocks it off.
Yep, and then we're gonna knock it off here with a little bit of cold metal. Ooh-wee. You can.
All right, Linda asked, the sword that was from the experimental show, the tip cracked, can it be fixed via the blowtorch? It cannot. And why? Because when you heat up just that tip here, it's going to, it's not going to be an even heat and it will crack more. What we can do is grind this down. And so we'll grind that and smooth it and it will look cool because it is cool. However, yep, that's the reality. You guys see all the good stuff. What you don't see is the stuff that breaks, the stuff that falls apart.
And what I did want to mention too is that grinding something down like this, sometimes it's not worth grinding it down because it takes so much time to grind and polish that sword. I might try to grind and polish this sword, but it's going to take a lot of time. Probably take me at least an hour and a half. You know, so you guys know how quickly the glass works on the pipe, but to get that thing cold work down to the proportions look perfectly is a big feat. Oh yes, Joey, look at that. Looking for an Irish lip wrap?
Por favor.
I mean, you make a good point on that, Chris, but the other thing is,
What's the other thing?
can you polish it enough to show that you didn't have to work on it, really?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to leave any grinding marks on there or anything like that.
Get it pretty dang close. If your eyes aren't very good, you definitely notice.
Well, you're talking, I wear glasses.
I mean, if you're going to go through 3 or 4 different grit sizes to get that taken down real nice, you might as well go a couple more and get it down to a high polish. That's the way I think about it. I mean, I'll probably grind that. Maybe I could even do that for one of the VIP experiences because they like seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff, and if I showed them the process of how to grind that down and fix it, it'd be probably pretty cool. I'll talk to Jake about that, you guys. I think he'll probably be all over that.
Like white on rice.
I mean, just a quick fun fact from you about grinding, Chris. Is there anything special about the finest grit that we have to polish something?
Well, there isn't anything particular about it except that you need to go through different size grits and different size diamond wheels. So you start with something like an 80 grit, then you go to 120, then you go to 220, then you go to 280, 300, then the cerium, which is a certain type of grit, and then to a felt wheel. It's definitely a very involved process to polish glass down and then make its way back to a high polish. Whenever you got a hot lip wrap, you want to make sure you don't attack it real quick with the paddle because the glass will stick to the wood paddle, guys. Joy was going for the El Bumpe, just like the drawing down here. You see it here?
And it's really
Oliver,
spicy.
show him it. That's the drawing. It's looking pretty good. So obviously we're going to finish up the overall shape of this guy, and then we're going for the handle. This is a pretty cool looking mug that you can obviously drink whatever you want out of it. But the other thing you can do with it, which Michelle does with a lot of mugs, is she uses them as vases. She's super sweet.
I think we have the width that we want. We're gonna get the top flare,
I like it.
cut it in, and then iris or
You got
black
it.
handle.
I think iris handle will be nice with maybe a black runner on it.
Yeah. That's good.
So it's still important to make sure Joey's got somebody here paddling this for him to make sure that it's nice and symmetrical, and it's looking good. Want me to start that handle up?
Yes, please.
All right. Gathering up a hollow handle, guys. All right.
Cheers.
If you didn't hear that, folks, the chalice we made live that we just did for the warmer-upper has sold. That's a pretty cool thing when you can buy the piece that you saw made before your very eyes. That's what this show's all about.
That's right.
And if you missed out on getting that piece and you were trying, reach out to Jake through the custom order form on the website, and he will design one for you with your help, and we'll make it on a show that you pick. Predetermine it.
Now,
We are cooking our forearms. That's what we're doing. I can feel it in my eyeballs.
so Joey, talk to me a little bit here. Being that you're in the bench with the mug,
Yes.
and you're gearing up for
The handle. Yeah.
what are some of the challenges for you, like in your position working with the handle?
Temperature, the gravity situation, things like to fall. You have to be very quick to catch the handle and to flip it into the right spot. I have an idea of where I want to put this, so I think everything's going to work out just fine. But there is no buts. It's going to be great. Chris is going to make a wonderful handle. We're going to put a nice black runner on it, and you guys are going to see a beautiful crackled Renaissance mug with all the fixins.
Ooh, this is going to be a nice one.
Got Chris shaping up the bubble.
Hefty handle.
It's
I
a
think
hefty
it's pretty
mug.
good. You got a hefty mug, my friend.
I mean, that's the Barbarian special for the Renaissance Fair.
Barbarian or Bavarian?
Barbarian.
Not the
I thought the
pretzel.
Bavarian was a
That's a
pretzel.
pretzel, yes it is. I was trying to catch Oliver there.
All right, I got a question from John.
And there's the flip. Catches it with the handle.
All right, John is asking if recycled glass or crackled glass, if there's different. Is one more corrosive than another? Colored glass or
It's more of the
crystal?
temperature that makes it corrosive versus the color. There are some more corrosive colors, but that's not something I'm 100% familiar with.
Shoo.
This is definitely a hefty handle.
It's a hefty mug. Hefty handle to support a hefty mug.
I just answered that.
But we can talk about it again. Any more corrosive? On what? any more corrosive to something particular? Yeah, no, the only thing that the glass would be corrosive to would be the crucible. If you have a day tank, your furnace that you're
Or your
melting the glass in. So recycled glass or clear crystal, it's all just as corrosive. That's all I can say about that.
Runner.
All right, we're going for a beautiful black runner.
Gotta keep this piece warm enough, folks. Otherwise, bad things happen. We're not gonna let anything bad happen.
We asked ounces you think this will hold. Don't say anything yet, anyone. Put it in the chat. How many ounces? Mrs. Ox 84 says 24 ounces. How many ounces will this hold?
All right. Yeah, I'm thinking I can't tell. I'm not supposed to say the size, right?
Don't say the
definitely
size.
not,
I think
Chris.
that's like, am I allowed to guess?
All right, here we go.
This is
I guess it's like 36.
36.
Wow, I'm flattered.
I will say it is more than a can of pop or a can of beer. I don't even know how many ounces that is. 12?
12.
So you could you do 2 cans of pop in there?
One more pitch on that.
Maybe. So
Looking
24
good.
ounces. We got 18 ounces.
Don't panic when it does that. It thinks if you put your hand in front of
Who
you,
says
you're
20?
through it.
541 ounces.
24.541.
I don't think our scale gets that intense, our measuring cup
Here.
scale. And of course I can't measure it today, but what I can do is put the measuring cup on the annealer reveal table so that when Jake does the annealer reveal, he can measure it then.
If anybody wants to give me a call for the answer, my telephone number is 86753090.
How many people know what he's talking about?
I've got beachfront property in Arizona too, folks.
They got lakes in Arizona.
Did you
Said
know
beachfront, my
like
friend.
They got beaches on a lake.
phone number
Not.
somewhere like Kroger or something?
Oh, yeah,
Just use
looking
your area
good.
code with that phone
All right,
number,
Joe's
and
gonna
it's
get it
already
right on
always in my
center.
phone.
I've heard of
That
that.
puppy's still moving quite a
I
bit.
used it at Kroger Gas the other day. Did.
Good news too, for those of you who are local,
I think you should get
we're
it on
going to do a
center
couple
first.
open
It's not
houses
just the
in the
foot.
month of June. Get ready.
The whole body of the mug fall back on.
Information will be found on our Facebook page. We're going to do some open houses with live glass blowing
gonna stand with
demonstrations.
thumb
So
bit.
if you are in the area, you'll be able to come
No,
and
right
watch
here.
this
Good.
live and sweat with us.
I'm gonna take over on this real quick.
Hey everybody, he did something a little different. Instead of me bringing him over a clear glass bit to stamp, he stamped the thumb bit, which is great.
Hope you
Look
can't
at
lose
that. Looking good.
it. I think there's only one step left then, Chris. The old reduction and non-centering. It's not centered. That's how I was doing this last time. All right. We're looking pretty there.
Looking good, looking good. All right, we're going for the reduction now to bring that iridescence out. Doop, doop, doop.
3, 4. Let's see what we got. Ooh.
I think that
I
looks
think-
pretty nice.
I think maybe a dash more.
You think more? I like that
just-
purple.
We got a little bit of amber up on the lip still.
Everybody loves the perp.
Some people are questioning you, Joey, about your oceanfront property in Arizona.
Totally real. I invested back in the day with some old country singers.
Yeah, I think some people need to look into who those country singers are.
Oh. That's cool. My uncle Chuck Norris.
Uncle Chuck.
Uncle Chuck.
All right. You who requested it, now the knockoff table has moved closer. You do not have to have X-ray vision looking.
It's
for
really
guys
called
with
the
back-
knockout table.
Knockout?
The knockout table, that's right. So in case Joey gets out of line, we can knock him out over here.
I thought it was a knock-off bench.
Put me in the cabinet underneath. Everybody be like, where'd Joey go?
Okay, so we will measure the ounces on Thursday.
Ow! Yep.
What is it?
I think that turned out pretty darn nice, Joey.
Great assistant.
Oh, yeah.
Look for the best, man.
All right, all right. Here's that paddle we were looking for,
Yeah,
the
Joey.
basketball
Thanks, man.
paddle. All right, so what do you say? We got a live table. We want to go over the table?
Over the live table, I saw some people were shopping it, but not necessarily chosen the favorites. I know Beth mentioned this camera's on, so we see you up close.
That's great. All right. So here's the table, guys, and we just kind of looked at that sword, but there's a few other things up here. Some of these things are things that I really love making, like the number 6. Look at this beautiful Viking drinking horn. It's got the beautiful iridescent cobalt blue handle with the clear crystal down at the bottom. This puppy is comfortable. It's got the gorgeous dragon back on the handle, and it is, you can hold this thing the way that we made it. You can use your thumb right there and hold it like that, or you can put your hand through it like this for a more secure hallelujah.
It looks great against the shirt color you have.
Oh yeah, look at that.
like
Matches
match.
my shirt.
I
Oh
know.
yeah. But don't hold it this way, you guys, because you know what could happen.
And you can get the matching one for your girl.
Oh, well, I didn't wear my corset today, so I can't get it in there. Oh, all right. Number 11, that's a beautiful mint green swirl, but I love the horns, guys. They're my gig. We got some other beautiful stuff up here.
Show the other horn because it fits good in your hand.
This one does?
Yeah.
I like this one because we put the crazy stopper on the bottom to protect yourself. But look at that thing. Hold it like that, or you'll hold it like that. Super nice.
And it's so weird. It's picking up the green off your shirt.
Yeah, that's cool. And this one, actually, I put a whole coating of iridescent gold down with the red. And this actually is the same color as the chalice that's sold that I made as the warmer-upper, except that I twisted that up in the optical mold. But this is a gorgeous-looking red, iridescent metallic horn. We got the trusty perp special for number 5 right here with the Van Gogh action going on, with a gorgeous looking Rosetta handle on the back. That's a beautiful looking piece with the stamp over here. Looks like this is partially periwinkle, guys, and most of you know what their periwinkle is all about. We got a lone snake over here, and we also have the lone bosom over here with no bosom chiller in it at all. It's completely vacant right here. It was. There's no bosom chiller in there.
You are so proud. Hey, I want to, number 5 was which one? Thundercloud Starry Night Mug.
Oh, it's got a name. Thundercloud.
That looks like a thundercloud to me.
It totally does. This is how it works.
I do want to say, Chris picked out these. He got the purple and green theme going. I think he did a good job.
This is crispy, right?
Yes.
All right. Because I didn't do it, that's for, I don't remember.
Did we show the bosoms? This is some of the early days. This was the second year at the Renaissance. These women were fan favorites. And so I was like, can I take a picture of you guys with your bosom chillers in?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, like 20-some years ago.
20-something years ago. They come into the booth now and they're, remember when? I'm like,
Yeah.
yep.
And they still have the bosom chillers.
Number 3 is exclusive chalice for pumpkin ale or cider. This is a pumpkin ale or cider only. I'm not going to say you'd get jinxed if you drank something else out of it like Kool-Aid, but pumpkin ale or cider because it's got the pumpkin colors and it's very, very harvest season color. But this is a beautiful one. I made this one right here. That's a gorgeous looking piece. And then we got the Adventurine Special right here. I think either Joey or Jake made this one. But this guy's got all the air trap bubbles in there that are really unique with the Adventurine Green. So this is a very magical glass that you might find like under a toadstool in the woods while you're hiking around. All of a sudden you'd be like, what's that weird shine? What? Oh? Then you'd see this. So that's number 7. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to blowing some glass. Any reels you want to run or no? Sure, I can do a drinking horn. That's right. I love it when suggestions come from the studio audience or the tech support or even you guys. I appreciate those type of things. But we're going to be doing a drinking horn. And Joey and I were already collabo brainiacing on what we want the giveaway to be. And we were thinking a shot horn.
Oh, okay.
You know?
That sounds cool.
I mean, a little mini shot horn. That's nice.
Stylish way to take Viking shots.
That's right, exactly. Or just drink some mead. What were you saying? Cobalt blue too? Oh, we got some cobalt blue lovers out there. All right, well, we're doing a big horn now. And you know all about that kind of stuff being from Texas, don't you? Big horn stuff?
That's a regular old knee slapper, Chris. Man, I forgot my spurs. Jeez.
What part of your Renfair outfit?
You know, I won't show everybody the chaps I got.
Man.
It's from, what do you call it? There's another movie, Wild Hogs. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That was a quality movie.
So I'm preheating the blowpipe, guys. It's funny, as we're using these pipes for production, I have certain pipes that I like. And I know, and we got 6 or 8 different pipes that are 1¼ head pipes, and I know the ones that I like particularly, so I grabbed the one that was my fave, and it's a little cold, so I'm warming it up.
Is that like when you go-karting and you like know which number cart
You know,
drives like a mile or 2 hour faster than the others?
Yeah, the one that the governor was snipped on or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
You could hear it when you're watching all the other people doing it. And it's like,
flying around everybody else.
yeah, that's the way I look at it. You know, it's like, look at that guy. He's been in first place, you know, for the last 3 rounds.
Steal his blowpipe.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
All right, there's going to be a double gather horn.
Double gather. I had an idea. I was suspect, folks.
I'm curious how this is going to turn out. I haven't seen a horn come
It's
together
basically
yet.
like making a banana with a handle.
Okay.
Except it's like Donkey Kong sized.
Believe it or not, I haven't seen a banana get made either. So
Oh.
this is going to be new territory all around.
Welcome to the world of fruits, my friend.
Yeah.
What's everybody's favorite fruit? There's a question.
A favorite fruit?
Favorite fruit?
Man.
Yeah. Come on now. I want to hear some wild answers.
Mine is durian.
Durian, that funny smelling, weird looking
Really,
fruit.
durian is the favorite.
I love durian.
Man.
Durian mixed with a couple cells of a durian because I broke it down into cells.
Doesn't that have like a very custard quality to it, or am I thinking
Yeah.
of something else?
Mixed with mango.
Mango's got a weird texture too. It's kind
I
of
like mango. I like a lot of fruit, like strawberries.
Pomegranates are really good.
Listen, I love pomegranates. I love pomegranate juice. But the amount of work I got to put in to get through a pomegranate.
I like peaches. Peaches are easy.
Peaches are nice.
Pomegranates are big in the Middle East.
You don't just eat the whole skin and everything like a normal person?
You're telling me you're just getting after it like an apple?
Yeah.
That's how you eat your pomegranates?
Yeah.
You are a monster.
So I got some really nice electric copper blue over white here. Now I'm going to blow into the mold and dust the cracks with some cobalt. Spin her up, flip her around, gather her over, bing bong bang. We'll be in business. That sound like that one guy from Scarface, or not Scarface, one of those
I was
movies.
thinking Dumb and Dumber.
No, it's the guy who was a mobster. He's like bing bong bing. Can't remember his name.
I can't think of
Little
what
guy,
you're
a little
talking
mobster
about.
guy.
Tony? Is his name Tony?
I think his name had to be Tony.
You
The only
can't be
thing,
a mobster
the only thing
and
you're
not have
describing to
your
me,
name
it
be
sounds
Tony.
like the guy from Home Alone, who is like constantly getting messed with. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that
a tall
guy.
guy. It was that guy?
Yes.
Really?
Because
Okay.
he played in some serious
Mobster?
mobster movies. It was
Interesting.
like Al Pacino.
Okay.
There was one about Vegas. I can't remember the name of it.
Oceans?
Nah.
Those are some good movies.
Yeah, that's a good one though.
I didn't look
I
at
thought you were
anybody's.
talking about Macaulay Culkin for a little bit there.
Besides Scarface, what's your guys' favorite mobster movie?
I'm so like
Let us know.
I am so uncultured on mobster movies. I haven't even seen all the Godfathers yet.
Don't even talk like that.
I haven't. It's on the list.
I haven't seen
I
any
have
of them.
seen Scarface. I haven't seen The Sopranos.
I've seen some shows.
You've seen some shows? Joey's all right. He's really digging deep, everybody.
I was like, yeah, I watch TV.
Donna says she doesn't watch mobster movies. Donna Beck.
I don't watch those movies. I used to be able to watch
Donna
them, and
Smith
now I'm
said
just like,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Oh, that was an interesting one. Sure.
He was in Fellows.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen that one.
I can't tell you how many weekend weekend Godfather marathons I've been to. What my one particular buddy, that's what we do. We just watch like 9 hours of Scarface.
I'm way more like the sci-fi fantasy, like same
yeah.
idea, but like
Lord
Star
of the
Wars or
Rings.
Lord of the Rings, you know.
I like those too. I mean, I kind of feel like the mobster movies are kind of like the Lord of the Rings. They're taking you somewhere that you could never be, so you're transformed into that time period.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, and I mean, I don't know if you were like in some old bar watching somebody get the treatment worked over in the back, and all of a sudden a little elf came out from underneath the table and, you know, bit the guy on the leg or something. It'd be like a mix of like Lord of the Rings and Scarface.
We
That
need a
would
genre
be-
clash.
Genre clash. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that, folks.
I mean, they've done that with like the space westerns, you know.
I
Just have one with
was
Will Smith in
thinking
it.
where they mixed like Jimmy Neutron and the Fairly Odd Parents. That was my
That was probably
interaction
the
with
first.
that. That was like the first of its kind.
That's like the first crossover we've ever witnessed for you and me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He does
too.
know. Jimmy Neutron was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And so was Fairly Odd Parents, and they did like a weird 2D version of Jimmy Neutron in the Fairly Odd Parents world. How strange.
Jimmy Neutron.
Does
Never heard of
anyone watch us live, like watch Jimmy Neutron at all when they were growing up? Or
I don't think many
Did
of
you
them.
have kids who were watching Jimmy Neutron that you had to sit and watch it with them?
Yeah, that qualifies. I was about to say.
I missed
Who
Rocket
are some of the
Power.
youngest people watching? That's another question. Do we have like family members, whole families watching? Rocket Power was awesome.
I didn't get to watch that too much.
You know, I always thought Jake was talking about that when he says Rocket League, except that weird RC car
Oh, yeah.
football game. I'm always thinking like the Rocket League game where you have like rollerblades and skateboards and you gotta run around and prank the parents and like complete objectives. Like those are some of my favorite games growing up. But the glass. Chris has an encasement here, folks. Do we have some color on the outside?
Nope.
No color. Clear encasement. Shaping it
Clear
up.
cristalli.
Now I said banana, but actually I'm gonna correct myself. We're thinking chili pepper.
Chili pepper.
Yes.
Okay. That's a little bit different
Totally different.
Oh, chili pepper?
versus banana.
What would you consider the horn more like?
The horn?
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go right out on a limb and make it like a horn.
No, there's no middle step for you.
There
when
isn't
you
a
do
point when the horn looks like a banana. So I'm gonna just pass on to that
it.
one.
That's okay.
Blow? Good.
Rocket power. It's always such a good, wholesome show. Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Anybody remember War of the Gargantuas?
What?
That's
Tell us about
that was
that.
right there with Godzilla. The Gargantuas. They were some of the very first monsters that were really just.
What about like Eight-Legged Freaks? Did you ever see that one?
Nope.
Yeah, that was a scary movie. I saw that as a child.
Listen, I
Bad
don't.
decision, let me tell you.
I don't mess with spiders, man.
Spiders are terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a spider person. I'll deal with snakes all day, no spiders.
Chomp and the stretch.
I'll deal with any insect of any kind in my house except for spiders. If there's a wasp in the house, Oliver will get it. If there's a spider, Kayla's got to get it. I can't do it. No.
I'm much better with mythical creatures. Much less hassle.
All right, this is all about gravity, guys. I don't know.
Oh, that's a nice stretch.
Light puff, Oliver. Blow. Good. All right. It's looking pretty nice. Making sure that I get this end all melted in really nice and smooth. I don't want that to look like it has any cut marks on it from the shears. And it's looking great. This is a new torch and it's super nice. I love it.
Colors there?
What color? How about make it cobalt? So you see this thing's asymmetrical. Check out the color pattern and the shape, guys. It's a beautiful looking horn, but there's no bottom on the bottom, so I've got to put a bit on there that I can punty up onto that's off center. So that's what Joey's bringing me right now.
I'm going to be real curious to see how you open this guy up with the jacks.
Just gotta grab the bull by the horns, my friend.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do it.
Now that I'm seeing this like firsthand, Joey, I have no idea what you were talking about, banana or chili pepper.
It's already there. You missed it.
What you guys don't realize sometimes, I think, when I started talking, everyone looked at me. My mic is on, I'm talking to the crowd. It's been years of perfecting these horns. Chris makes it look super easy, but the reality is, like, those beginning years, like, it was wonky. We couldn't get the bit right with the punny. It's really hard to open off access. It was only years of experimentation and figuring things out till we learn how to punny these better.
Put that down. There you go.
Which angle to do it at. This is kind of a side punting,
Stay right there.
not something you normally do, but they've done it enough that they know how to manipulate it. The other part of it is that Chris will use these drinking horns when he's walking around the festival so he can see what works well and what doesn't work well and why. Especially some of the guys that come out there, they're like really big.
Push.
Like when they do the lumberjack toss, whatever, the pole toss, these guys are like giant size.
Doing a blue
So
wrap
we
on
make
it.
drinking horns that fit every size. Peanut said she loves her drinking horn.
Oh, who's got one?
Tanya.
Nice, Tanya. What up? So this is where it's kind of a little funky because you got this long tail spreading off the end here, and then you've got to go in and flash that. Oliver, you want to be on the camera so you can do some zooming on this? without
Yeah,
getting
I was
too
just
close?
checking the
Thank you.
comments real quick.
So you see that tail or the end of the horn is the last thing in the furnace and the first thing out. So it's gonna get cold quicker than everything else. So I gotta make sure I get a good heat on it. Sometimes I really even like to hit the torch on it a little bit. I'm gonna give us a light puff, Joey, and then I'm gonna just do a tiny little flare on it, and we're gonna be ready for that lip wrap.
How many ounces of volume did you just add there, Chris? 3.
2 ounces I added. A 2-ounce pufferoonie. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
What do
this
you
has
guys
got a
think of
beautiful
that?
color pattern.
Heck yeah. William, yes, the mythical creatures all day over spiders. These guys will learn someday.
Nice.
Blood work done today, and the nurse was telling me, she said her daughter woke her up screaming, ran to the bathroom. Her daughter standing there naked in the bathroom screaming. And she's like, what's going on? She saw a centipede, like those super long leggy ones, and she like went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, but then saw the centipede and just started screaming at, she's 4.
Oh.
Could you imagine like being the mom waking up, ah, what's wrong? You think like something horrible has happened to your daughter? And she's like, centipede.
I cried like that. I cried like that first time I saw one of the Texas centipedes. That thing was like that big.
Oh yeah, looking good.
Looking for the handle. Blue?
Yeah, I think
Did he
blue's
lose
cool.
his fuzzy?
Wanna do or no?
Nah, I think Rego will put a clear runner on it.
Yep.
This is looking pretty good, guys. Yeah, the colors are really gorgeous. Got that electric copper blue coming through with the white, and then the cracks dusted with cobalt. Looking real pretty. The other cool thing about wearing these things, you guys, when you go to the festival, is you can take a rope and you make a little shoulder strap for it, and you put it around the handle, and then you just hold it, and it lays perfectly over your shoulder while you're walking around drinking your beverage.
Like an accordion?
Kinda, I don't know about an accordion. Really, nothing like an accordion, Joey. Just if you guys were wondering.
I don't think you've ever used an accordion, Chris. You know?
Oh yeah.
If by accordion you mean literally anything else, then yeah, you're pretty close, Joey.
So Joey's working on the handle. These handles go on just like the handles of a mug, except that you want to get them on a little bit stronger because it's rare that you're hanging your mug off of a rope, you know, running around a Renaissance fair. Those usually hang off your belt.
Bring it down a little bit.
So what
yes,
do you,
please.
you talking like make the handle stronger, like thicker glass, thicker walls,
50.
or more contact with the actual sidewalls?
All of the above.
All
Yeah,
of
more
the above,
contact.
all of it.
Probably take it down one more time, Joey, and then give it a flash.
To be hugging
There you go.
the side of the horn mug. How about that? Nestled, one might say, right, Chris?
Yep.
With the flip. And then the very nice.
Oh yeah, that's a big boy. You're gonna haul a horn around with you, you want a big one.
Anyone in the comments if they knew about biodynamic farming because you use a cow horn. What would happen if we used a glass horn?
I think it'd be pretty cool.
And you said biodynamic farming?
Yeah, biodynamic farming is a way of farming with the cycles of the moon. So think of a tide with the ocean,
Okay.
how water waxes and wanes and the moon does as well.
Yeah.
You plant certain plants when the moon is in a certain cycle because the roots will go deeper to
We're
the
going for our
earth.
runner bit now?
Yeah.
It's a really
have
interesting
never-
farming principle, but it's amazing.
Stay.
The results.
That's the first I've heard of it. That sounds really cool.
That's why I went to a workshop on it because it was the first I had heard of it too. I mean, I kind of heard about it a little bit, but. All right, all these little bells and whistles, these little added bits really add something to it. It's a super nice finger hold for your thumb. Again, this is the nail biting part. When we're out at Renaissance and the wind is blowing through or acorns are falling off the tree, it's a really tricky time to make these pieces.
I mean, yeah, talk about that. Like, why? I've heard from like Jake and Joey why making pieces at Renaissance Fair is significantly more difficult than making it here in the studio.
Yeah, there's something like this studio we're at, we work in it a lot more, so we're used to like the layout of everything. There it's smaller. You're listening to like horns in the background, people, noises. The parade goes by and it's really loud. There's so many unknowables. Here we can kind of have a controlled environment. There it is not. One time a tornado blew in and horns were going off, sirens and all kinds of crazy stuff. Breezes will blow in. We're at the end of a field. The parade goes by. People are screaming, jumping up and down. There's a lot more action. And just being in the natural elements, having a breeze blow by can throw you.
That's a nice one there, guys.
That's beautiful.
This is one of the horns that went off when the hurricane was coming. Looks great though, it's a beaut.
We need to blow a Renaissance horn again.
I know.
To bring in, like we run out there with the horn and bring it into the field and bring everyone to our booth. Live glass blowing demos! And then you run back and they follow you.
All right, so we got a nice looking shape here, but we might be able to stand it on end. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, I think so.
Me too.
It's balanced enough.
Yeah.
I'll be here ready to catch it.
Oh, yeah. That came off perfect. I love it when it comes off, especially because of that asymmetrical shape there. Beautiful. Just finishing this puppy up. I'm going to give a tiny little doctorate with the butter knife here, Joey. All right, put that sweetie away.
Real nice, real nice.
All right, that's a wrap.
Very nice.
Away it goes to the annealer oven. High five to all the guys. But we have 1 to 2 more pieces that we want to make, so we're going to do some housekeeping. I lost my clipboard, and I don't know where I put it. So Beth is going to bring it. Oh, duh. Okay, so the question from last week, we want to know our winners. The question for last week was garden critters. The winner was, I'll tell you in a second, and actually the winner is going to love their prize because they were really interested in last week's show, so there's a hint. The question was, what kind of creatures live in your backyard? And why don't you guys put in the chat what you think the top answer was. Top answer, what kind of critters live in your backyard? Oh yeah, Bess is gonna spin the wheel. Why you guys have a minute to answer that. Rabbits, squirrels, and snakes. Now, have you guys...
Birds, chipmunks.
One of my favorite animals, and apparently it's my spirit animal, is a moose. So I follow moose stuff on Instagram. Did anyone have a moose in their yard? Because I've seen them on people's front yards, and I've seen an albino moose on someone's yard, which was super crazy. But the winner was rabbits. That's what most people said, and that makes sense in the spring. There's totally a ton of rabbits. But to this week's winner for the snake, the black snake, Dana Smith. Dana, how like that could not be better. You actually purchased some snakes guess what? You won a free one. And I picked out one of my favorites. I think it's really nice the way it lays out, so congratulations. The second question was for Sunday. What are your favorite things in the garden? What do you enjoy the most? Flowers, veggies, your fire pit, barbecues. Like, we love our fire pit, but I have a neighbor who's like, I won't come over because my hair is gonna smell like smoke and I don't like it. If I asked her this question, she'd say her favorite thing were the flowers. So this person won a $25 gift card, can be used towards classes or product. Nesmi Banish. That is a new name by me. It's not like we know all our customers, but when we do see orders coming through, we recognize them. So thank you very much. You have a $25 gift card coming to you. And speaking of money, here's a check. Last week on the show, we tried a new charity format, and it seems like it was a real popular hit. Instead of taking a percentage of everything we made and putting it towards the charity, we decided that we'd also put some buttons on there so you could give directly to the charity and not have to feel obligated to buy a product or anything like that. And I am pleased to say, for Mission 22, we were able to raise $313, which is pretty incredible. So congratulations, thank you everyone who participated. This is the check that we have ready to mail to them. We will put in the chat in just a few minutes the link to their site. I wanted to point out this is the 313 area code, which I think is hilarious. And then, you know how good luck, bad luck, people think 13 is bad luck, and sometimes people think snakes are bad luck. I thought it was pretty appropriate for the snake show that we raised $313. Too fun. Okay, enough of me talking. We are back to the action for glass blowing. Not sure what that's gonna look like. I hear Bess typing away, so she's gonna put Mission 22 in there. And that is the organization that gives back to veterans and aims to prevent suicide by their meditation and other things that they do. My microphone is not sticking. I'll just carry it. The technical glitches of life.
All right.
Okay, we're back on you guys.
We're over here on to the next hot glass piece that we're going to be making.
Oh, you know what? Here's the question. I didn't do
That's
that
the question?
for tonight.
All right. Here's the question, you guys. Do you attend any fairs and festivals in your area? And if you do, what are they? What kind? Just like Joey and I were talking about earlier, is it a Renaissance fair? Is it a livestock fair? Is it an art fair? Or is it a dessert fair? And when you answer that question, you send it to this email address, and you could win the piece that we're making for the giveaway tonight, which we've already got it figured out. Joey and I know what it is, but it's not going to be the next piece because we've got one more sweet piece. We're going to make a really cool stylized small dagger, which is definitely Renaissance style.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and then, so you want to give them a little background on some of the daggers we've done before for a second, Joey?
Well,
You
folks,
good?
unlike this paddle, they're a little bit sharper, a little bit brighter in color, and definitely made out of glass.
Who's gonna compare it to a paddle, Joey?
This has a handle, so like this handy dandy paddle here, we're gonna start with a hilt. We're gonna make a cool, fancy attachment. Bevel, I think is what it's called. Maybe put some jewels on the side.
You want to draw this
Some
out on the
swirly
floor?
texture. We got one right here. I don't know who did that. I believe it was Robin.
I think
If you want to wind it over here.
You
we
want to
could-
zoom in on this?
we
I
could
know who drew this
admire
one.
This lovely sword right here.
This was Chris drew this.
It
Chris
was.
P.
Wow, nice, nice. Definitely not a sword. We're looking at a dagger, folks. It's about
That's a big one.
18 or so, maybe 14 inches, I'd say. Is that what we're doing? Something close to it?
I don't think so.
Oh, more like the paddle is what he's thinking.
Yeah. I think that what I like to do, at least tonight, I want to do, because I want to be able to make, you and I make the giveaway piece, and if we make too big of a dagger, we're not going to be able to do both of those things. So then we'll end up going and picking out like a twisty necklace and sending that out, which we don't want to do. We want to make a sweet little mini something or other that's super amazing.
So are you saying the giveaway will be our choice? Not made tonight?
No, it's not our choice because we're making it.
Okay.
But I was saying I didn't want to make too big of a dagger or sword.
You ready to get
so-
dunked?
And the other thing is that a giant dagger is really hard to place in somebody's house. I mean, if you went into your living room over your couch and you had a beautiful,
You know where you could put it?
48-inch wide picture, you could take that down and put a giant broadsword up there.
Put it right inside of the mythical creatures, my friend. That's where it belongs.
Oh.
Why don't
All
you
right.
guys get some glass going here, man?
Like one of those giant stuffed animals when you go to the fair and then put the sword dagger in it.
I was at a friend's house yesterday, and their neighbor in the sunroom of the front porch had, I guess, their daughter in their art final did a giant mythical creature. That's probably why it's been in my head all day. It was just this weird, strung up from the ceiling, like very large, cow-sized paper mache creature with like weird drawings all over it.
beastie?
Yeah, it just looks strange. So like,
And her parents cherished it.
I think they just had nowhere else to store it. Or you're doing
I'll
it hollow.
I'll do hollow. I'll start out with a handle.
All right, so we
Tell
got
us about the sword anatomy here, Oliver.
we got the Chris and Joey Wombo Combo dagger. I know a thing or two about swords made of metal because I've made a few back in my blacksmithing days.
Where'd you do that at?
I did that up at Michigan Tech. I've entered knife competitions before and things of that sort. I've made axes, the whole 9 yards, but I haven't seen one made out of glass yet. So you're gonna get some just very live commentary from me while this goes on. But we got Joey drawing the hilt of the sword. Okay, thank you, Bess. That drinking horn, that wonderful cobalt blue and white swirled horn that Chris made is live on the website. You can go check that out if you'd like.
So I'm making the handle of the dagger.
So what we got going on here, we have I might get these words wrong, but we have a Hershey Kiss pommel.
Yeah.
We've got the swirled handle. And then we've got is that going to be like a little bit leaf-like for the guard?
I was leaving it kind of generalized so that Chris could morph
We
it.
got some room to improv in there.
Accentuate it.
Those are the basic parts to the dagger. And yep, that's what we're going to be working on. And like I was saying a few shows ago, I haven't made this exact dagger ever before, so it's offhand glass blowing where it's just kind of being designed and created right before my own eyes and your guys' eyes.
Off the hilt.
Off the hilt.
How about that? Wham,
I
bam.
like that.
Look at those optics, folks. Man, rigid, one might say. It's air.
So you said you were working
Yeah.
on the handle right now?
Right now I'm working on the handle. And I'm basically making the grip.
So you hit the optic mold to put some ridges in there. Now you're swirling them up. Okay.
Optimization, you know?
Looks pretty good.
Joey, we're not going to know if that's really a good handle size until you just grab it.
Right. All right, so I'm gonna take up some bits now. Let's go for some perps.
Love me.
Yep, we're gonna put a little black patty on the bottom of this. And this is where it kind of comes in where we just blew a little bit of air into the piece, but now we're gonna be sculpting the glass. It's not necessarily all blowing, it's a mix of the both. I hope Jake's like sitting at a nice table with the mayor
with this on in his lap,
buddying up with them.
watching the show at the table.
Yeah.
What's up, Jake?
All right, nice hot one there.
So Chris, I've noticed that a lot of the bigger pieces that you tend to work on involve a lot of like sculpting, whether that's blown or solid glass. Is sculpting something in particular that you're just very fond of?
Oh, I think it's just a different way of blowing glass, which is pretty sweet.
Another one?
I think punty.
Ball on the bottom?
What'd you say?
Ball on the
There's a lot of people in the comments right now
We
talking
could put one on
about
there. We could make that a ball.
family,
Sure.
relatives,
I'll
friends
trade
that
you up.
were veterans, and we are very happy to be able to contribute in some way.
Or
to
not.
that
Just go ahead and
cause.
get that hot.
Boom, 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 boom. Chris asked for a marble. I lost mine, but I found one. Yeah, but I found one.
Sound off in the comments if you knew that Joey had lost his marbles.
A couple of people have found mine. They're definitely out and about the world.
Just-
I've got a couple of them in, what's the city is Copenhagen. Oh my goodness, help me, help me. Is it a country? Am I just crazy right now?
you
I
said,
think you're
you said
crazy, Joey.
Copenhagen?
Yeah, that's a country. I have some marbles in Copenhagen.
Okay.
Some in England, a couple in Japan. And I've never even been there. How my marbles got there, I've got no idea, my friend.
I saw a little storefront in Texas that was just like Joey Walker Marble surplus store.
Man, I got some guy hustling my marbles.
Big distributor.
I'm
down
gonna have to
there.
find him. He's probably sending all the leprechauns after me.
Sharon Walk saying, yeah, she knew you lost your marbles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so now we got it on its forever punty, which means that's what we're going to finish the piece on this thing.
John
you're gonna bring me
Milberg
another
asked if
purple
we
all
can
bit?
pin the giveaway question in the comments, and we can't pin it in the comments right now, but we do try to make a habit of showing it multiple times throughout the show, and we can replug that.
Reheating is just enough that the top's hot, but not the whole thing. Making sure I've got the specific focused heat. Got some real nice metallic action going on the end here.
Two bits or one?
One, just like the top one, just one bit right on it. We'll squash her down, pull her out.
Texture, stretcher.
So what, is this the guard then that you're working on right now?
It is.
Okay.
What are we thinking for the blade color, Chris? What do you want to make that?
I think
Core color?
we'll probably make it. Well, we're not anywhere near ready for the blade yet, so just wait a minute. We're gonna just kind of design this. I want to do a couple things on her before we put the blade on.
Was that a hand guard there? Was that perch?
That's with the perps, you got it. We're gonna put a clear crystal knuckle guard on this thing. So go ahead and gather me that, and we'll do a little ribbon handle out of that, Joey.
This question, do you attend festivals or fairs? You know, car shows are a big thing that people do in the summer. Like, who attended the Motor Muster at Greenfield Village or the Woodward Cruise? Like, we have some good ones in the Motor City. Maybe that's
You want
just
tweezers
here.
to put the lines in,
I'll
or you
have
just
to keep my eye out for that because I do like an auto
it's
show,
so fun.
but like I grew up in Midland and Northwood College over there always did a nice car show.
I wonder if those are just
might be a
Michigan
little bit
things.
big.
You know what I mean?
I gotta imagine other.
Yeah, I would just say cut that off and make one half that
I gotta
size,
imagine
Joey.
other states
I need
have
to
something
probably
similar.
like flatten to the diameter of my thumb.
Or like muscle shows, like in California, warmer states where they can make the muscle cars because
Yeah.
they don't rust out and stuff, and you can work on them year round.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it's pretty big and just like where NASCAR's popular, you know, like the people who are really just into cars in general.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for this hand guard to Joey to sculpt it up for me, and then we're gonna add that on, and then we're probably gonna be ready for the blade. There you go. That's looking perfect, Joey. I love it. Doesn't have to be too flat. Leave it chubby. There you go, like that. That way I got a little more working time with it too, you know?
Joey doing some great bit work over here today.
I went to the hibachi the other night, prepared for that.
Oh yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Texture inside or outside?
Yep, just like that.
The upside down stickaroo?
Yep.
I haven't seen it done like that before. For the handles, you like with mug handles, you always flip it
Right.
back.
Blade, purple core, clear on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that type of handle, it works a little bit better, letting gravity fall out.
You're just trying to let that stretch a little bit, get the right. Let me get a good zoom in on this thing.
Still moving, hold on. Hold it up in the air and she was still moving, guys.
Oh.
That's a hot bit Joey brought.
No, okay. I guess we're doing white core purple. So
Ah, no white.
we can fresh it.
Yeah, sure. Just cut that off.
Very cool.
So now we're looking at putting that blade in there, coming up about right here, guys, like that. I really like adding some clear crystal to these pieces when you're making them because it just gives you the true essence of the glass. It's just such a beautiful medium to have it be just transparent. Makes the purple look so much nicer too, having some crystal right up against it.
A couple of comments here to go over. John Milberg, going to you, Joey, says that you need to make your marbles out of the glow-in-the-dark frit. That way they're easier to find at night.
I've already got night vision. That wouldn't help. They're just gone.
Already got the night vision.
But you're not wrong. Actually, all of them do glow with a black light. So I don't know if that's helpful, but
I'm seeing Don and Beck commenting
That's
about
enough.
the Midland Hot Air Balloon Festival. Do you guys know about that?
yeah.
Because that was
The what?
the Midland Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Oh yeah.
That was like one of like the biggest summertime spectacles for me growing up. We went every single year.
Nice. I didn't know that. You used to go up to it?
I'm from that town.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Nice.
where they had that, I'm like just a few miles away from there.
That's sweet.
Drinking
All right,
Drinking
somebody
horn
got that
sold.
tasty drinking horn. All right, strip that off, Joey, so it's not too big, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to, where I grew up, they had like corn and bean fields right behind my family's property. And the hot air balloons would sometimes touch down in those fields.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was a big thing, like in the morning you're having your coffee and you might see a hot air balloon coming in the summertime.
Oh, that's great. Trading?
Takes two and
That's the
a blade
glass
tang to
blower-
tango.
glass blower baton pass.
Yep, and that's a perfect fit you got there, Joey.
Ah,
Thank you.
really trying.
You're beaming, Joey.
I've been working on that bit for hours.
It's really about the size, you know. It's like you want to make sure that your assistant is bringing you the right size bit. Because if he brought it too big, then what are you going to do with it? You know, you're going to stick a blade on there that's not going to work.
Chris really taking his time on the marble to
Like-
get that shape just perfect.
Like with the mugs, we're actually having to make the blade in reverse. The tip of the blade is by Chris's handle. This is the tang, like the barbecue sauce.
I'm going to get myself a nice heat on here too, because you got to make sure that you got enough time. That's all right, looking good. Enough time to keep this thing hot and moving.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Forgot about carnivals. People do carnivals. Like
Oh, I
your
love
local
carnivals.
church and stuff. Carnies, that's like the modern circus folk.
Stay.
Even like local county fairs.
Yeah, for sure. Woohoo! This is another thing that Chris makes it look really easy.
I mean, that's a flopper right there.
Yeah, but I can't tell you how many of these we've made that didn't work out. But now he knows the way to make it happen.
Flipping.
All right. Think you can make a nicer blade than that, Oliver? Come on. You were the blacksmith. Let's go.
You
I
know,
want to see your blade next.
yeah, I can't do it in this time frame.
Oh.
Did you do blacksmithing?
Yep, I used to do blacksmithing up at college. I used to teach some people some of the basics of it.
No kidding.
I was very, very involved in all things metal when I was in college.
You seem like a blacksmithing guy.
It was a lot of fun, but man, it's a laborious thing. I got a lot of respect for the people who do that professionally.
Well, guess what? Now you're a glass blower.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to whip you in shape, man.
Oh boy. That sounded like a threat, Joey.
So I'm actually using the fan to cool the blade off because it's so hot, you guys. Cooling the blade off while I'm trying to keep the rest of the dagger nice and hot. We are going to have to stick a GA stamp on here, Joey.
Stamp the bottom of it.
Oh, we
I
could.
think that's one of the things worth talking about here is
I
when
think
you're
we're at that
watching this
stage
at
of it, Chris.
home.
Huh?
Stamp the bottom. It's looking good. It's nice punchy.
All right.
When you guys are watching this at home, you don't get a real good idea of how fast that glass is actually moving and how liquid that glass is. Chris and Joey do a really, really good job of how much they're rotating the pipe, how hot it is, their gravity control, their heat control, so that it looks like it's staying in one place all the time. and that glass is constantly moving.
Hey, Macarena, Macarena, Macarena. I'm sorry.
And
This guy's looking pretty
Joey's
good.
giving me a lot to work with here tonight, folks. I just don't know what to do with it.
How about that?
Let's see this. Let's see this dagger.
Proper mythical beast slaying dagger right there, Chris.
It's got the blood groove in it and
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
guys.
Oh man,
Little side view action.
that's a good angle right there.
I'm gonna give it one good deep flash, and we're gonna knock it off and torch and stamp the bottom. You think if I knock it off on the knockoff table, Joe, you'll be able to pick it up, right?
I'd rather hold it.
This makes me a little nervous.
I'm good with knives. It's okay.
I am moving, so I feel like I gotta get a little bit of coolness on it.
Unless we can do it right in front of them.
All right, all right.
Sold. Let's go. So, maybe a tiny smidge of water right on that punchy point.
All right, guys, we're going for it. Hitting you? I'm sorry.
No, just trying to make sure it falls evenly.
All right, into the annealing oven with it. All right. That was a sweet one, you guys. Really haven't made one of those since last year at the Renaissance Festival. I don't think I made one in the studio, have I? Since last year?
No, I mean, we're in what? We're in May. It feels like time is flying this year.
We're gonna blink, and it's gonna be August, and it's the second. Our Renaissance season is always the second or third weekend in August, depending on if there's 4 or 5 weeks in September. Determines if it's the second or third week in August when the festival starts, and it's 7 weekends, and it's in Holly, Michigan. And if anybody is from out of town and wants to do something fun, you should come out to the Michigan Renaissance Festival and check us out. We are there every Saturday and Sunday for 7 weeks from 10 in the morning till 7 at night, blowing glass, doing demonstrations all day long, nonstop. But
and I
that
think
was
last
amazing.
year we were a little shy of merchandise, so to get a jump start on it in May is realistically what we have to do.
You talking about that dagger?
Yeah.
All right, well,
I mean, last year people were asking for stuff and we just ran out of time.
I think somebody's going to get that dagger.
Chris,
Oh,
we're
well.
running out of time. We got 10 minutes.
10
Yeah.
minutes for the giveaway?
10 minutes. Who's doing it?
Hi! You want to start it? You want to start it?
Do you want to let Joey start it and you do that?
Yeah, I think so. Joey, get that thing gathered up. Wrap snapper.
Rat and snapper.
Oliver, why don't you tell him what you're doing?
What's he doing?
He's making the drinking horn shot glass, right? Is that what I'm thinking? So just like what Joey was saying earlier, this is really gonna look chili pepper before it turns into a drinking horn. You have to keep a close eye to see.
I like it spicy.
What color is you thinking, Joey?
Blue.
You're gonna go
White,
blue?
white base blue. It definitely helps to pop. It's like putting it on a canvas. A nice splash, Daisy Doll white. We're going to then give it the blue, azul, cobalt azul.
You're gonna
Double dose it for sure.
do a double dose of that?
I also was thinking, do we have any pattern preference?
I was thinking you could marbleize it if you wanted to marbleize it. I thought
Oh.
that might look good with the white and blue, but
Well, then I might do another splash of white. But yes, I like that idea, Oliver. We have been making a few of these lately in our mushroom classes. If you guys haven't stopped in, Oliver, Matt, and I have been kicking butt in those classes lately. If you haven't had the chance, definitely come and check it out.
we've been having a lot of fun. I really like this. If you're going for it, this is a really interesting way to mix up color.
Would you say that it's an organic technique?
It's very organic. It's very one of a kind. Like you can't replicate it.
It's giving me the spins.
That's so anyone who takes a mushroom class and does this technique is guaranteed to have a one-of-a-kind mushroom. It's not like they're going to come in and all of a sudden, psh, and there'll be a
Absolutely.
mushroom that's just orange with no individuality.
I mean, talking about our class mushrooms a little bit while Joey's getting some prep work done here. The colors that we use for the stems are our class colors. So we have like an orange, a red, a purps, a blue. And that's a mix, like the purps is a mix of every purple that we have in the one container.
Is
So you
periwinkle
get-
in there?
We got some periwinkle, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The
Whoa.
But you get all these different shades of purples, blues, reds in each color basket. And when you marbleize them, it gets a really interesting,
Woo!
like, Mackinac Island fudge effect.
That looks amazing.
I love me some Mackinac fudge. I'll be macking on that stuff all the time.
I'm gonna see if I can zoom in on this real quick and actually be able to show
you'd-
what's going
were
on
you just
here.
saying you'd be macking on the Mackinac fudge?
Yeah, man. Love me some Mackinac fudge.
Joey's got to keep this spinning. It's hard to show, but
That thing is unbelievable. Look at the color. Oh, the
Ooh,
dagger's live, folks. The daggy it's called the King's Dagger.
If they would like to check out some close-ups of this giveaway piece, there
And
will
you can make up whatever story you want, but that's the cool thing about the Renaissance product is that you can make up a story about why it's called the King's Dagger.
Stick a bit for the back.
Alrighty.
I just got some hot gossip from
The tea?
from
Spill the beans right
Command
now,
Center over here. I'm having a hard time getting a nice close-up of this marbleization pattern that Joey's doing, but as you can see, we got Bess here taking some close-up shots, and those are going to be on the Instagram Reels on Friday, she's saying. So expect some good Mackinac Island marbleization.
What do you think?
Documentation.
Some magnification?
Magnification station. All
That's
right.
called the sizzler.
That's the creepy crawler bit on the bottom. Made in representation of the scarab beetle.
Oh yeah.
Historical reference of the evening.
So it's blue and white?
Blue and white. Azul and blanco. Working on my Spanish, guys.
That's
Pico y pico.
I just learned the backpack song.
back.
From Dora?
Yeah.
I heard a best solo over there, the backpack song solo.
We'll need to get an official recording of that and have that on the Instagram Reel on Friday
Put
as
a
well.
clear lip wrap on her.
Sure. Hit that with the torch. It's pretty thick.
Oh, give me a minute.
A minute shall be given.
So being that this is like a shot glass style, will you put a handle on this as well, like you did the drinking horn?
I think so.
Can I try?
Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I guess you could bring it, Joey. And you'll save me the other half for a little crystal ball at the end of the horn.
May is asking, she had a phone call. Did they do the giveaway? We did do the giveaway. Rachel, you did not win of last week, but there still is time to win this week. You can send your answers in to enews@glassacademy.com. That is E like an elephant,
Very
news,
bird-like.
N-E-W-S, at glassacademy.com. Oh, nice. Wait, what?
On the stream, I've got it.
Oh, Bess has it on the stream. Nice. So there you go, folks. If you are new to the show, absolutely ask everyone else for words of wisdom. Lots of people in the chat tonight have been seasoned veterans. They know what they're doing. You know, it's kind of funny when you guys were in the glory hole just now, it kind of looked like a bird.
Tweet, tweet.
Yeah.
Michelle, do they have to answer the giveaway question
Yeah.
like today?
No, you have until next week. So
They have until next week.
Yep, until next Tuesday. So we compile them on Tuesday when Donna comes in.
Okay.
So technically you have until Tuesday until about 2 o'clock by
handle.
the time she gets to it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Peanuts. Another amazing show. We're just about done here.
Peanut said we have to stop singing the backpack song. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck in everybody's heads all night.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
In light of the loss of marbles, I'm going to marbleize the handle.
You guys better make sure you answer that question because you don't want to miss out on this tasty little treat.
Tasty, tasty.
Disconnecta.
You marbleize that handle too. That's gonna be super.
Crispy.
And that's a solid handle.
Oh, yes.
That's a little bit.
Sweet.
Good.
Zing. Stamper.
Yep, please. We got the GA stamp, and this baby's gonna be ready to go with no OT.
What?
Wowza.
I like that. No OT. Jake's off to boxing. Bess is here with us.
Even got the warm-up
After
done
the
on
show, we
time.
divide and conquer. So 2 hours of free live glass blowing every week. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Those of you who are VIPs, thank you so much. I want you to check your messages tonight. A special message was sent to you if you are a VIP. Be posting a video there tomorrow of some behind the scenes stuff. Thank you to our sponsors because without you, I don't know that we'd be doing this. As long as you guys show up, we're gonna show up. John says we need overtime. No, no. No, 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 no. Delete, delete, delete,
All right,
delete,
there's
delete.
that giveaway, guys. The
Let's
Joey
do it
and
good.
Chris combo.
Now that's sweet.
Little
Hanging on
shot
someone's
more.
outfit. It's gonna be
Yeah.
lovely.
Nice work, Chris.
Woo!
Beauty.
Very nice. Good job, guys.
Good
I
design
mean,
work,
that
Oliver.
really-
Good design work.
John, you want to look at YouTube for your VIP message? It comes through YouTube. We got to figure this out. YouTube sends you guys all messages, but I don't see them, which is kind of annoying. I will make sure I sent it because now as I say that, maybe I just wrote it and didn't send it. I did not send it. Post. All right, if you're a VIP, check. I'll have you.
All right, torching the bottom here a little.
Special shout out to Oliver tonight for helping out with the cameras.
Go,
Oh,
Oliver,
yeah.
go! All right, you guys, Heather got a full-time job, which she did tell us is very possible to happen. All those great short clips you're seeing, she makes those. I want everyone to send some positive mojo that she continues to do them, even with her other job.
All right,
We can hope for the best.
beautiful. Bring it on in over here. We're gonna call it a wrap, you
Oh,
guys.
come over here. I thought you could sit by me.
Over by the computer, Joey, Oliver, squeeze over here around Michelle's computer.
That was like a perfect show today, guys. No OT, a good warmer-upper.
I know.
Joey and I won the contest by like a blowout lead.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Uh-huh.
Did you hear something?
It was like, I thought we had like, didn't we have like 79 points and you guys had 4?
I
Sounded
don't
like you did
hear
last
anything.
week.
Well, that was a good one. We got glassball, partners glassball. Next week, maybe we'll get something different since we're on the glassball kick.
Oh, mark your calendars. I want to say before we run the end credits. June 6th is going to be a special show. We have some guest artists, so not next week, the following week. You want to watch it. The Glass Art Society is in town. We have all kinds of different artists. It's not going to be just us blowing. We're going to invite some people, so you want to catch that show.
Yeah, glass blowers from all around the world are going to be here hanging out at the studio.
In Metro Detroit, going to the Taylor Swift concert. I mean, what?
Right. All right, guys.
All right, thanks for your donation, and credits can roll. Have a great night.
Have a good night, guys.
See you next week.